Hello everyone, welcome to CL's CAT channel for MBA aspirants. We are doing a must do RC sets. Let me just uh, tune into the YouTube. Let me set the chat and we shall start. Sets. Let me just. All right. As you know, in these classes, we take a passage from some genre. Today, I have taken from current affairs. Then the number of words are similar to a cat passage. Actually, today I have taken a passage from The Economist about China, China's economic policies, and what China is going through. If you can see me and hear me clearly, give me a heads up so that I can start the class. Before that, as you know, I'll show you each slide for a minute. If you're done before that, please let me know. Just say done. All right, that also helps me check if my chat is working or not. For instance, now I cannot see anything. Okay, one of you say hi or hello, and I'll know if my chat is working properly. All right, start reading. I'll give you a minute initially, and then we'll see. All right, start reading. 1 minute is up. Are you done reading? Are you done reading? Yes or no? Should I give you 10 more seconds? Okay, so now I'll move to the next slide. All right. Start reading next. All right. I hope you're done reading. Do let me know if you want me to leave it on for some more time, right? Otherwise, I assume you have finished reading, right? All right. So tell me before we start the key ideas, let me know what is the main point of the passage, or what is the subject of the passage? What is the author talking about? The subject of the passage. I'm not asking you the main theme. What is it? Democracy in China, communism in China, uh, the state of press freedom in China. What is it about? I want at least a couple of answers, guys. This is an interactive session. All right, the subject is the state of Chinese economy, efforts, and the author's predictions, right? What is the tone of the author? Roughly tell me. Is it positive? Is it negative? Or is it neutral and objective? What is the author's tone? What does the author think about the state of the Chinese economy? Positive, negative, neutral. I'm not asking you words. The tone is rather negative, right? Good. All right. Which one presents the key ideas of the passage? Now, unlike the main theme, for the key ideas, you have to go back to the passage. Correct? So let's quickly read through. Ashmit, it was mostly negative. So whenever you get this key ideas question in CAT, even if it's the fourth question in the set, it's easy. But what you have to do is you should go back to the passage and summarize the key words in each of the paragraphs. Then you get this question right. So it is worth that extra 30 seconds you are spending to cross check. Let's start. First para, assume from, well, this was just one chunky passage. In a rare press conference, Pan Gongjeng, I hope I'm reading his name right, governor of the People's Bank of China, unveiled measures aimed at boosting China's struggling economy. Karthik, after we finish this discussion, we will have an open session. I'll explain. All right. Uh, uh, so, the governor of Chinese People's Bank of China, he revealed or announced measures aimed at boosting China's struggling economy. And what are those measures? Interest rate cut, increase funds for stock and property market. These actions, their announcement, the actions of the bank excited Asian stock markets. That means the stock markets would have done well. Western economists express skepticism. Skepticism means doubt. Really? Is this going to work? Many doubt the feasibility of achieving the government's growth target of 5% and suspect that the economic data may be manipulated. So here you will say bank action, right? And people doubt, skepticism. All right. Second, Goldman Sachs noted that the measures reflected the policymakers' growing concern about economic headwinds, while BNP Paribas Liu Chang remarked on a troubling lack of urgency in the stimulus approach. Analysts increasingly question the official growth figures, with estimates suggesting that the growth in 2013 may be as low as 1.5%. So the second part says all the growth data given by China may be manipulated, may not be actual growth figures. Second para. Let's look at this as the third, or the same thing is first para. First one is announcement of actions, measures to boost the Chinese economy. People's doubts about the statistics given by the Chinese government. They don't believe in it. President Xi Jinping, who has presented himself as a reformer, has instead reversed many of Deng Xiaoping's market-oriented reforms. So the first thing is you have a Chinese president who reversed market-oriented reforms. So the ongoing property bubble has led to falling sales and prices, soaring youth unemployment, declining foreign. So, because of that, the result has been there has been a mess in the economy, and the government has restricted economic data and cracked down on pessimism. First para. Second para, compounding these issues, making these problems worse, economist Zhu Henpeng has reportedly disappeared. So, one famous Chinese economist disappeared. How did he disappear? He criticized Xi's economic management in a private chat. He was immediately removed from his position at the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. which shows that no dissent, anybody who speaks against the government, that's called dissent. Dissenters in China are not allowed. It's a tightly controlled environment. Got it? So, first paragraph was measures, skepticism, manipulation of data. You have a president who reversed market oriented reforms. Second paragraph, Chinese economic model, once driven by cheap exports and extensive state led investments, is faltering. So, China's economic model is faltering, is shaking because it's not doing well. And because of that, you have high debt levels, you have ghost cities filled with unoccupied property. There have been properties. There was a real estate boom in the middle, but there are no people in that property. That's why he calls the cities ghost cities. So they need an economic rebalancing with private consumption. I'm sorry, let me. With private consumption accounting for only 39%, significantly lower than the US rate. However, they want more consumer spending, so the economy gets a boost. But the problem is consumer confidence remains low. Family wealth is tied up in real estate, and social security nets are lacking. Second paragraph is that the economic model is faltering. Chinese economic model is not working. All right, next paragraph. Xi's strategy to pivot towards renewable energy technologies has led to overcapacities and fierce price competition, while the global market has become increasingly cautious about China. So, what China did was it totally shifted towards renewable, and not totally, it shifted largely towards renewable energy technology. So now they have overcapacity, they have price competition, and the West is suspicious and wary about China. Earlier, it was to be, enthusiastically have trade relations with China, but now it's very cautious, very careful. His long term vision of an innovative economy driven by domestic technology conflict with control exerted by the Communist Party has stifled, the very innovation he seeks to promote. I could have given a question. I thought about it when I read this part, but I forgot. There is one part. What is the irony in China's situation? The irony is when something you expect and the opposite happens. So here you have a strategy of innovative economy, and but the problem is with the control of the Communist Party, the very innovation he wants to seek is being stifled. You want an innovation, but with your kind of policy, that innovation itself, what you're seeking to encourage, is being destroyed by the methods you're using. Tighter restrictions on tech companies have demoralized entrepreneurial sector. So when you what they've had tech companies in China, China came down hard on its tech companies. So anybody who has any zeal to do any kind of enterprise, that entrepreneurial spirit has gone. It has demoralized them. What's the point? If I start a company today, the government will come down on it and make me shut it down. Prompting many millionaires to emigrate. There have been successful startups in China, but Chinese government came down on them, and so many of them have emigrated, left the country, and gone. Pan's recent stimulus. So the second paragraph, economic policy is faltering. Third, the strategies used by Z are not good. Pan's recent stimulus measures come across as desperate. So it looks as if now China is desperate. It wants to do something to make its economy bounce back, particularly following the government's decision to raise the retirement age and looming demographic challenges. They have now they're taking measures which shows their desperation. They've raised the retirement age, they have demographic challenges, and then they've come up with all these measures. That just shows that they are desperate. The Communist Party has long touted its technocrats as superior planners. So Communist Party has often said, we've got the best technocrats and we've got the best planners. Touted means hype. Yet, this perception falters in an autocratic system where dissent is punished. But the problem is when you have technocrats, you're not giving them freedom. When anybody says anything against the government, they're punished. Pan embodies this dilemma, likely aware. So, this the president of China's People's Bank of China is aware of this dilemma. You can't say you're encouraging technocrats at the same time you can't push down dissent. If you allow technocrats, you should allow them the freedom. You're not doing that, right? They're aware that China's economic situation may be unreformable under Xi's leadership. Probably the Bank of China head knows that under Xi's leadership, under the pleasant leadership, no economic reforms will work. The government of China is struggling. The outlook remains grim. It's very serious, the situation. So the tone is negative. The topic of China's economy, the subject that the author is saying is China's economy is in trouble, and with the current leadership, nothing is likely. They have announced some reforms that it's not likely to work, right? So, which of the options best presents the key idea? Now, when you're asked that, remember the flow of ideas have to be similar to the flow given in the passage. Correct? That is the right option. Sometimes a word can change in position, but generally it should be in the same order. Second, you should not have anything which is not mentioned in the passage. So that becomes out of scope of the passage. All right. And nothing that should misrepresent what has been given in the passage. So, property bubble, youth unemployment, market control, investment decline. Do they show any of the main? He did talk of rising youth unemployment. He talked of total control, not just market control. So, you're not very sure it has. Xi Jinping and his policies, foreign investment, they are careful. Technocrat challenges, maybe social unrest, not mentioned. Stock market, Asian stock market got excited, but that's not a main point. Economic data has been manipulated. How is that a main point? It says China is projecting figures, but these figures are lies. But basic point here is China's economy is not doing well, right? Ashmit, how is it three? Renewable energy, yes. Rising debts, but that is not at the end. He has put it right at the beginning. Economic model is unsustainable. All right, the present Chinese economic model is unsustainable. It's faltering. It is hoping to boost with consumer spending, but consumer spending is coming down. There is a debt crisis, and among this, the growth crisis, the growth target is unlikely to be met. So, between C and D, D is a better option. Economic data is wrong, is not the main point. You get it? So, the reason we have a problem with the key ideas is the key ideas always do not, I mean, you have two, three words as the key ideas. Any one of them will work. So, growth target, for example, at the end, I would have preferred that grim or prospect. Okay, economic prospects not good, something like that. But growth target will not be met. That put it in other words. Therefore, D is the best answer. Excellent. Okay, next. Which one of the following inferences is valid? So only one inference is valid, three will be wrong. What is it? It has to align with the main point of the passage. Main point: China's economy is not doing well. Bank has released a lot of measures, announced a lot of measures. They're not likely to have an effect because the present leadership is against innovation. Nobody, they are having all these problems. He's mentioned all the problems that they have, right? One, it's a not a technocrat led government. Dissent is being challenged. Innovation, uh, the new anybody who's starting a startup, all millionaires have emigrated because the government is not allowing it. Rising debt, real estate bubble has gone collapsed. So with all this, China is facing lot of economic issues, and even the measures by the government are desperate, not likely to work under the present leadership. So which of these inferences is correct? There is some manipulation of data on economic growth figures. There is a lot of manipulation. What do you mean by some manipulation? Okay, there it is likely that the data is managed. What does some mean? So it kind of is a vague option. Those of you who marked one Shashi, the problem with some manipulation is it's suspected that it is manipulated. He is not saying there is manipulation. And what does some manipulation mean? So it's not one. Now look for another answer. Amit says C, Karthik says C. Do you think it's likely to be C? Let's see. Xi Jinping, or I don't know how the name is pronounced, has made significant economic reforms. He did not say that. And despite social unrest has not been mentioned. All right. The Chinese economy faces significant structural issues, including an unsustainable economic. This is the main point of the author. Following stimulus measures, he says, this is wrong. Investor confidence remains low. Optimistic about the future economic? No, he says the future economic outlook is grim. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Okay. Question 3. Here, this is an easier question because I've already given you the lines. China's economic model, once driven by cheap exports and extensive state led investments, is faltering, resulting in high debt levels and ghost cities filled with unoccupied properties. What can you infer? Obviously, something negative. Once this economic model was working well, but right now it is faltering, it is not succeeding, it is failing, and because it is not doing well, it has given rise to high debt levels and it has given rise to ghost cities. Infrastructure buildings are there, no people are there, don't have the money, is sitting in real estate, and real estate boom is gone. So they've invested so much money. Real estate, the returns take a long time. And here you have unoccupied properties. Where will they get the money back? Either in rent or resale. Neither is happening, right? So which one can be inferred from those lines? Its economic model was once work due to cheap exports and state level investment. They pumped up the economic model by the cheap exports everywhere you see made in China, and there was state level investment. But right now, this is what is happening. What is the correct answer? Amit and Ashmit have given their answers. Where are the rest? There is a change in the economic landscape of China. Yes. Despite the increased debt, there is financial stability. No, the author has not said. He said there is high debt, but he has not mentioned. So the second part of this option is wrong. The real estate has given high returns. Well, if it did, why would there be unoccupied properties and ghost cities? China's economic strategies have yielded both good and bad results. This might be in the past they yielded, but this is not the main point here. So he has not said that it is mixed. He said in the past it was okay, but not anymore. So right now, have yielded refers to now. So this is close but not correct. Therefore, the correct answer is A. All right, excellent. Next one. Which of now here, remember, whenever you get this if false, if true, would contradict, first ask yourself, understand the question. We've understood the passage was not bad. Now you understand what the question is asking, then only look at the options, right? Because CAT, generally the problem students face in CAT RC is that the passages may be easy, but the question, I didn't understand what the question was asking. Some students say, I thought it was asking this when it meant something else. Which of the following, if false, would contradict the author's view? That means if true, it would align with the author's view. If it is false, it will go against the author's view. That means as it is given, it will go with the author's view. Correct? It will agree with what the author said. So look for an option which is correct according to what is given in the passage. That is your answer. Understood? What's the answer? Give me the question number with your answers. If you just see A, B, C, D, I can't understand. Okay, which question is this? So put 4 and then give me A, B, C, or D. What is the answer for question 4? The Chinese government has implemented reforms to boost investor confidence. The economy is thriving with high consumer spending and low debt levels. China's current economic model is unsustainable and requires significant reforms. Xi Jinping's policies have fostered a strong and entrepreneurial environment in China. If this is false, it would align with what the author is saying. If this is false, the Chinese government has implemented reforms to boost, it has not yet done it. Okay. And if this is false, it would go with what the author says. It will not contradict. The economy is thriving. If it is false, then it will contradict. But here, if this is true, then it will go with what the author is saying. China's economic model is unsustainable, the same thing as the main point, right? Okay. Which of the conclusions follow from the final paragraph of the passage? Let's quickly go back and read the final paragraph. It was easy, not very difficult. It was short. Uh, Here, let's look at it from here. It was a chunk. So, Xi's strategy to pivot towards renewable energy technologies has led to overcapacity. So, renewable energy technology policy of China has failed, right? Global market is not responding. It's very cautious where China is concerned. Xi's innovative economy is being stifled. It's not working. Innovative economy driven by domestic technology is not working. Because of restrictions, many entrepreneurs have run away. So the present stimulus measures of the government are desperate, especially their decision to raise the retirement age. All right, the Communist Party has long touted its technocrats as superior planners, but this is incorrect because in an autocratic system, even technocrats can't work because dissent is punished. Pan realizes that. Therefore, the last question is that uh, Chinese economy cannot be reformed under Xi's leadership. Now look at the question. What can you infer? What can you infer? The desperate stimulus measures are doomed to fail following the government's decision to raise the retirement age. Technocrats can't succeed in an autocratic system where dissent is punished. China's economic situation may be unreformable under Xi's leadership, or the government's struggle to adapt indicates a sanguine outlook for China's economy. Which do you think is what is the conclusion? A fact that you derive from the facts given in the last paragraph. All these have been mentioned, but which option makes it correct? Which one is the correct conclusion? Is it A, the desperate stimulus the stimulus measures seem desperate, but he didn't say they will definitely fail, right? He does not say they will definitely fail. This is an extremely worded option. Technocrats cannot succeed, he didn't say. He said that perception doesn't work when you're talking of an autocratic government where dissent is punished. But he hasn't openly said that technocrats can never succeed or cannot succeed. Okay, he says it's difficult. That perception that we encourage technocrats, very difficult to accept that, especially where because you punish dissent. Its economic situations may be unreformable. That is exactly what the author is saying. The government's struggle to adapt indicates a sanguine is positive, optimistic, but the author has said that the economic outlook is grim. So this is also incorrect. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Excellent. All right. I've taken the passage, a sentence from the passage. I've underlined two words. You have to choose appropriate words from the options which substitute these words and do not change the meaning of the passage. Which words? Xi's strategy to pivot towards renewable energy technologies has led to overcapacity, fierce price competition, while the global market has become increasingly cautious about China. Pilot and vary. Which words will substitute pivot and cautious? Which words are the best substitutes, synonyms of pivot towards and cautious about? G's strategy to shift towards renewable energy may make others wary means cautious. Excellent. Okay. So B is the correct answer. Last question. Which of these sentences is correct? Now think of a sentence which is correct in terms of parallel construction. This is one of the best sentences on parallel construction I found. I will use this in the grammar classes. The ongoing property bubble has led to falling sales, soaring youth unemployment, declining foreign investment, compounded by rising social unrest. Or is it B? The ongoing property bubble has led to falling sales, soaring youth unemployment, declining foreign investment, compounding by rising social unrest. Or is it the ongoing property bubble has led for falling sales, soaring youth unemployment, declining foreign investment, compounding by? And then the last one says compounded with which one? So here led to, compounded by. Here it is led to, compounding by. Here it is led for compounding by. Here it is led for, compounded with. Which do you think is the correct option? Has led for is wrong, led to is the correct one. Compounded by, because you don't have to uh, make every verb parallel. Falling sales is parallel to soaring youth unemployment is parallel to declining foreign investment. This is not part of that. Compounded by rising social unrest. So this compounded by is not to be parallel. So the correct answer is indeed A. All right. Okay. On the 1st of October at 8 p.m., you have NMAT 2024, how to get a 235 plus score, 30-day plan. Gautam and Raviteja will be taking the session. Those of you who are interested in NMAT, do watch it, get your strategy right instead of asking, what should I do? All right. Uh, so let me tell you something, Karthik. Different institutes have different guidelines. All right. So when you are applying itself, they will tell you, okay, the cutoffs. Okay. Certain I do not know what the 10th cutoff is. Generally, I think it should be around, for graduation, they have a 60% or something, but I'm not sure. So go to their website and find out, Karthik. All right, because main thing is the graduation. All right, that is important. Yes, Ashmit, go on. Karthik, actually you can attend this NMAT session and ask Gautam and Raviteja. They can counsel you very well on this. um, Ashmit, practice, find out what are the questions you are, where are you making mistakes. Redo those questions without any time pressure. All right, then you will know whether you made the mistake in the exam because you were in a hurry and you didn't read the options properly, or you fundamentally did not know how to answer the question. If it is the latter, that is, you did not know and you would have made the same mistake again and again, then look at how to answer the question. For example, inference base or something. I don't think so, Karthik. I don't think so. I think they give marks for, like, for example, 890 plus gets all 10. And so there's a weightage given to different. The cutoff is for your graduation marks. I don't think your 10th marks really matter, but I'm not very sure, which is why I said ask this in one of these counseling classes. But I will ask and tell you by next Saturday if it isn't too late. All right. I normally know there is a cutoff for your 12th boards, for your graduation marks, and there is some weightage given to your 10th and 12th marks, 6 marks, or over 80% you get 8, over 90 you get 10, something like that. All right. So I don't think your 10th percentage really matters, but find out. Maybe on the earliest thing would be the first October session. Please talk to Gautam and Raviteja, put this question to them. I'm sure you will get. Gautam is very good at all these numbers. That's fine. If you can do 3 passages and VA questions, Ashmit, it's good. But if you're aiming for a 99 plus percentile in VARC, then a fourth passage, you can at least see if you can get 2, 3 questions. If you attempt 3 passages, and if your accuracy is good, and you can attempt the VA like parajumbles, parasummary, and all, placement and odd one out you can get, then you're set for a very good percentage. Okay, just see where you're making the mistakes, and always look at the best mock that you had and see what was the strategy there and how you did. That will help. All right, so any inquiries, any doubts like this, Karthik, maybe Gautam can help you, Gautam Bawa, Raviteja, on the first, please ask, they will definitely help you. All right, I have stopped from a long time. I've stopped. I'm only into academics, as in teaching. I stopped looking at what are the criteria and all. Okay. All right, see you guys. I'll see you again next Saturday. Most probably we'll be doing the NM specific passages and all from next Saturday. All right, but RC will of course be there. There will also be reasoning and grammar questions. All right, I will see you very soon. Bye bye.